All right, 3.3, Foundations Math 10, Pre-Calculus 10. Listening up. So this is a question where we have to simplify each expression by combining like terms. Then we factor. So the first step is combining like terms. Now, what are like terms again? Can someone help me with that? Terms that are alike. Thank you. That really helps me out. Yeah. So a little more detail. Same what? What are we looking for? The same? Number. Okay, same number. Not necessarily the same number in front. Remember, there's a coefficient. This is a number. They don't have to have the same number. But what they have to have is the same... Coefficient. No, does not have to have the same coefficient.
Expression. Terms.
Okay.
Degree.
I can't understand what you're saying because you're all saying different things at the same time. Okay, so everybody, you're looking for terms that have the same variable or variables multiplied together with the exact same exponents on each of those variables. So, for example, x squared, those are common, they're like terms, so I can combine those. I have one of these, and I have minus one of these. So guess what? That cancels each other out. So there are 0 x squareds, so I will not write anything. The x squareds, I don't have to write that down in my simplified version. Okay? Another like term would be the x term. So I have 6 x's here, and I have minus 2 x's here. Those combined are going to be what? 4x. Very good. And finally, negative 7 is a constant, positive 3 is a constant. So what's negative 7 plus 3? Minus 4, yeah. So this plus this is negative 4. We write this as a minus 4 in the expression. Did you know there's a difference between minus and negative? Technically, minus is an operation. Negative is sort of a state of the number, negative versus positive. Okay? So it's a slight difference. Okay, step 1, done. What's the greatest common factor in this expression between this term and this term? Yeah, that's pretty easy, right? Not 2, it's 4. You see the 4, you see the 4. Okay, so if I remove a greatest common factor and write it as one factor, what's left over? So 4x divided by 4 is x. What's negative 4 divided by positive 4? Negative 1, so that becomes a minus 1, yes. So this is the answer. Please take a look at that and let me know if you have any questions about that. Because literally what you're doing, here's the in-between step, you take the common factor and you divide each term by it. And so what happens is you're left with, you have the common factor, you're left with x, and you're left with minus 1. Good? Okay, that's 14a. You should do 14b and c. You'll have to do 14b and c for your assignment. Okay, you ready? What you want to try? Why don't you try b right now, just to make sure you know what you're doing. Try b right now. Okay, there's b. Whoa. Okay, there's b. Gather like terms and factor. Let me see your factored expression. All right, so first of all, 12m squared plus 4m squared is 16m squared. There is no other term, an m term. There's no other m term, so you just rewrite that. And then these two get combined, so that's negative 16 when you add those up. So now you look at this one and you say, what's the greatest common factor between those three terms? I see an 8 in there as a common factor. And I don't see an m in all of them, so I just have to pull out an 8. So 16m squared divided by 8 is 2m squared. Negative 24m divided by 8 is negative 3m. And negative 16 divided by 8 is negative 2. No common factors here, so you can stop. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Math does not make sense. If it makes sense. Those people who made the textbook that said math makes sense are lying. Math doesn't make sense. They all lie to us.
But you just said this made sense to you, so what?
That was not me.
What's the problem? Okay, we good? All right. Maylee, what are you doing?